You remember this letter because of Ben, which means son in Hebrew. And this letter comes from the square family. Now, this letter is called beit, and it comes from the word for house. The word from house is bayit, but when we use it as a letter, it's just beit. Just wanted you to experience a little bit of an Israeli household there. Hope you appreciated that. Okay, so we have the aleph bet, and we have the aleph, and now we have the bet. Now it's shortened to bet because it's in a compound word. So just to let you know. And so now we're going to learn how to look for the beit. As a B, it's just like our letter B. And let's see what we can learn about this letter. And Ben's name starts with it. So now you get to see Ben's name in Hebrew. And he's quite proud of that. And don't forget, it means son. And we have another name here. Can you recognize it by any chance? Begins with a beit. And it's Benjamin or Benjamin. And this means son of the right hand. That's interesting. We'll go into that more in other courses. And can you guess what this says? Bar mitzvah. And it actually means son of the commandment. Now you might think, wait a minute, that's a bar and not a ben. And that's because it's actually Aramaic, bar for son. And we have Bethlehem here. And that's how it looks in Hebrew. And in Hebrew it's bet, just like an alphabet. Why? Again, because we have a compound word here. Bethlehem actually means house of bread. And you might have heard of the city Bethel, which means house of God. And that's how it looks in Hebrew. Boaz also begins with a beit. And that's how his name looks in Hebrew. And there's Ruth looking shy. And it means by strength. So, if you know anybody called Boaz, you can tell them that their name has to do with strength. They should be quite pleased about that. And let's get into some modern Hebrew to help you along here. Banana. That's right here in Jerusalem. And that's what banana looks like in Hebrew. And bank. Always need to go to the bank when you're in a foreign country. And now you're ready for Mission Impossible. Find the beit in Israel. And again, we have Ben. He's running down the street. And where are you, Ben? Oh, there he is. And he found a beit. And that same sign. Now see if you can find a beit here. Right there, Ben Gurion's airport. And if you go to Israel, you'll see that sign. And pause the video, see how many beits you can find. Because this is easy, you can see it. Notice it's not Bethel, but Bet-El. That's Bethel, right there. And there's not a TH sound in Israel. Just give you that little hint. And there's the beit there. And do you see the beit here? That's right. It's in Yitzhak Rabin's name. And can you find the beit here in this very special sign? And it's right there. That was a sound of a real camel, in case you were wondering. And, of course, there's McDonald's everywhere. But can you find the beit? And there's one there. And there's one there, all the way down there. And I told you, here we have Bethlehem as 2 words, and it's a road right there in Jerusalem. And there's the bait right at the beginning. And now we are ready to try to find the bait in scriptures and to recognize it. We have Psalm 119, the bait section. And you're able to see the bait there 8 times, and it starts every verse. And find the bait in Genesis 1:1. And again, Ben is trying to make his entrance to help you out here. And we actually have 2 baits, and it's the beginning of each line there. Now let's look at another scripture, Genesis 2:8. And there's your bait, right there in the 3rd line. Now let's try one more scripture, Nehemiah 10:6. And just look for the bait. Right there. I gave you a simple verse so you could just grab it right there, but your brain's starting to recognize it subconsciously, and this is really good. So now you're ready to learn how to write a bait. Okay? So what you want to do is you're coming down across, and then you go down. Okay? So you're starting from the left, going to the right, you're curving and coming down. Now for the next line, next stroke. Okay, it's going to be horizontal. But what you want to notice is that it goes past the curve, and that's very important. You want like a little porch there, as Ben's pointing. That's a really important characteristic of the letter. Okay, so now you have the opportunity to write some yourself, get your PDF file out, and then I'll see you for the next lesson. Shalom.